Things have always changed slowly in the South. Maybe it's the warm summer nights or the heady scent of all those magnolias, but whatever the reason, Southerners have always valued their heritage and cherished memories of days gone by. Every small town nurtures characters like the one you're about to meet, men or women whose memories of the past seem longer than their own lifetimes. Time is now beginning to move a little more quickly in the South, and as the weeping willows give way to Walmarts, the South of my childhood is beginning to look pretty much like any other region of the country. But for the moment, travel with me to Athens, Georgia, and meet Laura Lee Satterfield.
Well, I'm a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution. That means I'm descended from someone who fought in the war to free the colonies from the oppression of the British Crown. And I'm a member of the United Daughters of the Confederacy, an equally noble group which, however, failed in the war between the states. And I have several ancestors who fought in both wars. I'm interested in history and our heritage.
Miss Laura Lee allowed me into her home to share some of her past with me. Will you tell me a little about your childhood?
I was perfectly normal.
And to fill me in on some of her plans for the future.
July 7, 1742 was a big day in American history. On that day, General James Oglethorpe, founder of the colony, the state of Georgia, led a band in a skirmish, a battle with the Spaniards on St. Simon's Island, one of the Golden Isles, the offshore islands of Georgia, and was able to drive back the Spanish, thereby making English the language of our nation, which it is unto today. We speak English. And so far, there's been just minimal appreciation of those very early colonists in warding off the Spanish. So I propose to start a sister organization, which would be another group of daughters, that would be open to those descended from Oglethorpe's brave band who fought so valiantly July 7, 1742 in the Battle of Bloody Marsh. And I propose that we shall call ourselves Daughters of the Marsh.
Do you have a lot of people interested?
Oh, I have 2 people interested. So that makes 3 of us, and I'm sure we could find some more. I wonder, do you think your mother would be eligible?
Oh, I don't know.
Where are her people from?
I'm not.
Where did they bury? I want to show you some the monuments in town, the historical things, and the kind of thing that I want the Daughters of the Marsh to be doing. This child needs to cross. Come on, darling. He shouldn't be crossing right there, but I'm looking out for him. I don't believe I'll make this right. No. Look at the buses. Look at the buses. All those children in there learning the ABCs. The future of our country. God help us. Well, I'm just going to swing down this way. Oh my goodness, I went the wrong way. I meant to go the other way. I was to turn around right here. I hope I'm going the right way. Now I'm going to turn on Bloomfield Street. Well, it's not. It's Henderson Avenue. This is a historic district, and I was going to show you something historic here. The kind of thing that, we're trying to preserve in our heritage now. This is Dr. McAlexander's house right here. Wait a minute. No, it's not. This is the wrong street. And then this is the street I was thinking of. And this one don't pay attention to those over there. These are historic over here. No, don't. Over here, the historic homes. And this tree right here is the tree that owns itself. And it was deeded to itself. The owner said this tree should own itself and deeded it to itself, and it owns itself and is there. But Dr. McAlexander has made the point that it doesn't clean up after itself. This is an old street here, cobblestone. It's the only one left. Oh, I don't know if this little car's gonna take it or not. Oh, hold on. I can see why they got rid of these streets. I want to show you the double-barrel cannon over there. You see, it's got 2 barrels. It's double-barreled. It was they used it in the war between the states, but the only problem was it didn't work. It just, I think the cannonballs were tied to each other or something, you know, with a chain, and they didn't go anywhere. It was somebody's big idea, but didn't work. But it's still famous. We have that here, and that's the kind of heritage that we want to preserve. You see, that's nice. That gives people just something to see when they come here. A little bit of history. It shows that we're connected with our past. So if the daughters of the Marsh could have things like that. Because the land itself is endangered. Somebody's trying to develop it. That's all the more reason for the daughters to organize and let our voices be heard. There on your right is the Confederate Memorial. That's the kind of thing that we could be putting up for Daughters of the Marsh. That kind of, some kind of memorial so that people will stop and remember and realize why they're speaking English. It's terrible. It's a book. It's going around. It's an encyclopedia of American history, and instead of giving it its correct title of the Battle of Bloody Marsh, because it was fought in one of the marshes there, you know, Sidney Lanier, the poet, he wrote like the marsh hen, I'll build my something or something. I used to know it. Famous Georgia poet. He wrote about the marshes of Glenn County, where St. Simon's Island is, and Brunswick, and all. And where was I? They called it the Battle of Bloody Marsh, but there's this misprint that says the Battle of Bloody Swamp. Now, I can't get anywhere with that. I can't get anywhere with that. The ladies are not going to want to be called Daughters of the Swamp. This is talking about a Spanish counterattack was crushed at the Battle of Bloody Swamp on St. Simon's Island, 1742. That's what we need to get rid of, that misinformation there. There's a man at the University of Georgia here he teaches Southern something, and I got his name because he was up for a Pulitzer Prize. And I said, well, I'll talk to him. He's got to have some pull with the book people and see if he can't do something about get that off the shelves. Well, no, I needed some help, you know, and I called him, and he said he would be happy to talk to me if he could help. I was looking for somebody that knew something about our heritage and Southern things and the importance of heritage. And He's the one that answered my calls. So he said he's 140. This must be it. I heard he's real nice.
Well, hello, Miss Laura Lee.
Hey, Dr. McAlexander, how are you today?
I'm so delighted to see you.
Well, this is the boy with the camera. He's my friend, a young man. I was interested in some of this.
Well, I didn't realize that it would be a public sort of thing, Miss Laura Lee. I thought that you would just come.
It's just for his school work. It's the homework, isn't it? You're doing a little film strip for your school. He's up in New York.
Well,
And of course I have my DAR pins. Well, one of them is my set and one of them is a relative set. She was member number 115,142 of all the members of the Daughters of the American Revolution. And then a more recent family member on another line had a later number, and her number is 373,426, and so see how many had joined. Well, then, you know, people were reproducing and everything. And I asked my husband, Rollin, I said, Rollin, honey, all I want for Christmas, New Year's, birthday, anniversary is just, another pen for one of my lines. And he can't remember it, he just buys me another soup ladle. Now, what I'm concerned about, Dr. McAlexander, is we have a commemoration of the American Revolution. We have a commemoration of the war between the states. But we need a commemoration of our boys who fought so valiantly against the Spanish on the Golden Isles so many years ago. And this is a commemorative poster that highlights the Battle of Bloody Marsh. This final defeat of the Spaniards decided the language, that's English. And this is not a time to forget this, that we're an English-speaking people and we have good manners. And you're a Southern gentleman, General Oglethorpe, the founder of Georgia,
yes, ma'am.
A fine gentleman. Now,
and you think this was fought over language, Miss Laura Lee?
yes, yes. Otherwise, we'd be speaking Spanish. Therefore, I believe we need a group like the Daughters of the American Revolution and the United Daughters of the Confederacy to commemorate this battle and what it has meant. And I knew you'd be simpatico. I propose that we call this group Daughters of the Marsh.
Oh, I think that's wonderful. Wonderful.
And the children's group could be little toy tadpoles, something like that. So I believe we could do that same thing. So that would be people growing up, dedicated to speaking English and having good manners. The point is, I know you know about books.
Yes, ma'am.
And before we can start the Daughters of the Marsh, we're going to have to overcome some pretty distressing information, false information that's been put forth. My husband, Rollin, went to Columbia and the University for a while, and that's in New York City. And he's just got books all over the house. And just when I need to do some research, I just go to them. It's so hard to find a parking place at the library. Dr. McAlexander, this just breaks my heart. The Battle of Bloody Marsh was a part of the War of Jenkins' Ear, Great Britain, and fighting some of the others. And this book that Rollin had at Columbia University, sponsored by Hoffman Brothers, ought to be good, says, a Spanish counterattack was crushed, that's all right so far, at the Battle of Bloody Swamp. Look, that's what they put, and they call it an encyclopedia of American history, and it's completely false. And I want to see if we can have this retracted.
Well,
And I need your help.
Well,
You have the credentials, and I know you support our heritage.
this was published in 1932. Well, I kind of doubt that it's still in print.
Well, this one is.
That's quite true.
I feel like I could recruit, some of our finest ladies for Daughters of the Marsh, but nobody wants to be a daughter of the swamp.
Oh, yes, ma'am, that would be.
That's going to hurt us right there.
Yeah.
So I want to get this taken care of, so I can count on you to do whatever you can.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And I think one thing that I think I can tell you safely you can do is just ignore it. Because very few people would have copies of that book.
Oh.
But I'll do everything I can anyway.
All
But
right.
what I want to do is really just set your mind at ease.
Maybe one thing you could do is at least talk to the library here and see that if they have this book that it's destroyed.
Someone that age, you really need to just indulge. There's no point in reasoning with them. Just let things go.
Well, you've been such a help. I do appreciate it. And as soon as we start, I'd like for you to come and be one of our speakers. I have 2 other people that are certified, qualified at this point. I always have real good refreshments. And I'll let you know.
Chicken salad, I bet.
Yeah, and cheese straws.
Well, in the first place, you couldn't change anything, they think. But you might as well go along with it. But I will take care of it, so you don't worry.
All right, I'll feel better after this. And I know Rollin will be relieved because I insist every night I'm talking to him about it.
Is he waiting for you out here?
No, I drove myself.
Oh, you did?
But, I'll,
What kind of car do you have?
I have a new car, Dr. McAllister.
Oh, you do? Well, wonderful.
Well, after that third little fender bender, Rollin became worried. He said, honey, that car is just too big for you. It's too big for you to handle. So he looked around and got the smallest car on the market. It's the Mini Cooper. It's cute. It's real cute. It's short. It's real short. I haven't hit anybody in that one. Now, Rollin got this car for me because I had a few little fender benders. He said that car's just too long for you, and so I put it in reverse because I wanted to move the seat, but there we go. And so he shopped around and found the shortest car on the road. I hadn't hit anything yet. Let's go. I need to get a chandelier.
Symphony Orchestra.
Here comes the car.
25 minutes.
And they say you can put a CD in here. But all I have is tapes. I'm not supposed to get it over 4. Right now it's still being broken in. It's confusing. This isn't a speedometer. It's a tachometer. And but I think it's a speedometer. And so I think I'm going 30 miles an hour, but I'm going 60. And I got a couple of tickets. I like this car. But you get a bump or two in it.
How long have you had it?
A week. Now here, this is confusing. They have 3 lanes right here.
Where are we going now?
We're gonna go, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find a chandelier for my sorority house. I was over there the other night, and I didn't like the light fixtures. I know Mr. Cosby. I believe I'm over that apartment. I'm looking for a chandelier.
Okay. Next door?
All right. Is Mr. Cosby in?
No, he's not. Not right now. He's been gone for a couple hours.
All right. See, they got just worlds of light fixtures here. What do you think about this?
Very nice.
I don't know if it's enough light.
Do you have anything in particular in mind?
Well, I want something that, makes a statement. I want something that says we're here and we're here having a good time. See, this just doesn't do much for me.
Mm-hmm.
And this looks like, I don't know, a pool hall. This looks sort of, like Indian, a lotus leaf or something. And then they have the Tiffany look. Well, now that's pretty. If you want something with color.
Is this going to be for like the main dining room or the entrance or?
No, actually, the one that bothered me most was just right in the foyer. To tell you the truth, they don't have much style. Well, no. How you do? I'm looking for a chandelier for a sorority house.
Okay.
I just want something that makes a big show. To tell you the truth, these girls don't have much style going one way or another. This one looks too much like a church. You start getting dizzy. Have you sold any of these?
I'm sure we have, yeah.
This one has a little doodads on it. But I definitely want to go with the brass or the how you doing?
Fine, how are you?
All right, or the glass prisms chandelier.
Okay.
Do you know if this particular model has gone? Was that the one?
This is the one.
Do you know who else has bought this?
She doesn't want it to be common now.
Right, I want to be unique.
I mean, that's probably the next most common other than the round ball ones.
Ooh, well, I want something a little different. I want it traditional but different. Now, what kind of lighting do you have in your dorm room?
We've got some great new, it comes in a bottle and you just spray it on and you put newspaper underneath it and it'll clean it. You don't have to rub anything, you don't have to dust anything.
Well, that's a trick. I'm just going to have to bring one of the girls down here.
Yeah, it does help to have a second opinion.
Yeah. Thank you so much, hon.
Thanks.
I appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Thank you. If Mr. Causey comes back, would you tell him Miss Laura Lee was by here?
Sure.
Just too many choices. See, this is so nice. If there was something back there, I wouldn't hit it because there's no back end on this car to speak of. Not causing distress. No, it was just putting some mail in the post office. Rollin, the light's on in the car, and I don't know what to do. Can I come by there and see if you can fix it? It's a little triangle light. Okay, the boy is with me that's making the film strip. Okay, we'll see you in a minute. I know he can turn it on or off, whatever he needs to do. Hey,
What is the problem?
this light just keeps blinking.
Honey, just push that little button there. Just push that little button that's blinking. No. Yeah, yeah. That stopped it.
That's all it is to it. Well, we talked with Hubert McAlexander.
Yes,
and
he's
I
a
think
fine
he's going to
lad.
help us.
A fine lad. Good. Well,
He's going to see about that book in the library. Get that book out that has the swamp in it. Battle of Bloody Swamp. He told me not to worry about it. He doesn't think there are many of those books out anymore.
it's nice of you to help this little boy make that film strip. Get himself a good grade.
He's been working so hard. Don't get hit. Are you going back to the office?
I'm going back to the office and do a little more paper shuffling.
All right.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye. Thank you, darling.
Don't mention a sweet pie.
He's a good man.
I grew up in a small town in Georgia among a number of ladies that Laura Lee is modeled after. And, I saw them getting frailer and frailer as time went on, and but they were very strong-willed and very committed to keeping this heritage alive.
And I'm afraid that that type is now gone with all the restrictions on smoking.
And, when you're young, older people are funny to you. So I saw them, it's kind of a mixture of boredom and impatience and respect and humor, amusement at them.
I knew a lot of Miss Laura Lee's when I was growing up, though. Now, the different sorts of Southern ladies who would have Miss Laura Lee's interests, and some would be just very, very ladylike and soft, but then there was the type like Miss Laura Lee who had just been smoking and drinking for 40 years.
And these were my friends' grandmothers and people in my church, I knew who they were.
That wonderful tight lip thing that she does is just so good.
I worked as an actress for a number of years with a little resident theater company in Atlanta. And we worked a lot improvisationally. But I hadn't been doing that for a while, and I was with my family on St. Simon's, with my family and family friends. So, of course, the adults had to say, well, the kids have to know some history while we're here. So we dragged the kids out to the site of the Battle of Bloody Marsh, which we adults had heard about growing up, in Georgia, as part of Georgia history. We drove out to the marsh, which is just a marsh. I don't remember if it was on a rock or a piece of cement or what, but there's a marker there. And on the marker was a plaque that identified this place as the Battle of Bloody Marsh. And the plaque was placed there by the colonial dames, which is another one of these societies like the DR and the UDC. I don't believe I'm eligible for that one. The thing that I loved about it was that the plaque had been purchased at Tiffany's.
Now, there is one there now that was put there by the colonial dames. They had the plaque done at Tiffany's.
And I just love the idea of these little old ladies in their sneakers that, I grew up with, getting together and having a committee meeting, and they're communicating with Tiffany's on this. And so just this character just sprang up, who was sort of an embodiment of all these people I had known. And so, I started playing with her, and the other adults in the group recognized her because they'd all grown up with the same ladies.
But it's a sort of privileged, assured, narrow attitude. The Miss Laureleys in the North would have a lot more money than those in the South.
Oh, one reason I enjoy being Laura Lee is that she has no self-doubts.
She's used to people treating her the way I treated her, with deference. Oh, Miss Laura Lee, when I heard you were coming, I have a little present for you.
Why, look, aren't you sweet? Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. Of course it's not, but thank you anyway. Look at that, little hearts, and they call these little cupids in Italy, they call them putti.
Oh, they do?
Putti.
Mm-hmm.
They're little naked children, I think they're cute. Oh, how nice. I don't know when I've had a Mary Jane. And I'll enjoy it tonight. I won't have to make any dessert.
She's completely self-assured.
She is not an introspective person. She has received a view of the world. She has internalized it, and she knows who she is and what's valuable.
Sure of every opinion she has.
And I just love her because she just has no questions about who she is, or her validity, or her place in the universe.
She knows exactly where she fits in the social hierarchy, and it's pretty high. And she's used to everyone else recognizing it.
But again, she's a distillation and an exaggeration, of course. Those pens I had on were my mother's DAR pens.
What do you think that was going through that girl's head at the light store?
Oh, I think she just wondered, what rock I had crawled out from under.
I like this one here. Does it come in gold? Does this come in a gold tone?
No.
I just think gold's so much about. Well, here's some gold things.
Which sorority house is it?
It's Alpha Beta.
I don't think I've been there.
It's new.
Okay.
Well, it was here and then it was inactive for a while.
Okay.
But it's a way of playing for me.
I have 2 grown children, Muffy and Punky.
It's a way of, expressing my impressions of the world around me.
Well, if it were early in the day, I could offer you a drink.
Oh, I could use a little DR, I'll tell you. But I hardly have a drink before 5.
Yeah, that's the way my mother always did. But
What time is it?
it's about 10 till.
Well,
But she means nothing to a lot of people.
but I think we need an organization of the descendants of those who gave their energy and their lives. Some of them. I guess the ones that died didn't have any children. I don't know, but those that fought, we need to remember them. July 7, 1742. It's been a long time, and people can forget.